welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an amazing Friday. Today I'm back with you guys and we're gonna actually go over some of my friend Londo's scary stories. So before we were filming this video, we were actually talking about all of these things and they kind of creeped me out, so I wanted to share them. Yeah, Londo's like extra sensitive to these things. Like, I'm pretty sensitive to these things, but not like Londo sensitive to these things.
Yeah, so when I was a kid, I would speak to the dead. I would legit just actually speak to them, see them. For me, the way I interpret it as they look like everyday people. Sometimes I could see wounds on them, sometimes I wouldn't. Other times they look like normal people, but their talking was all the same. It sounded like parcel tongue? Is that how you say it?
Parcel tongue from
Harry Potter. When he starts speaking the snake language, it's like,
oh no.
That's how yeah, that's how the voices would appear to me when I was a child, and sometimes I still hear them now. For a while, I thought I was kind of going crazy until other people told me they would hear voices like that. And again, I thought they were crazy too. Maybe I'm going crazy. You know, I would speak to the dead as a child, and to this day, I see dead people.
Oh my god.
When we're about to start recording this video.
Oh yeah.
Weird stuff was happening in the hallway, the area that we were mentioning a while ago. We kept getting uneasy feelings. We both thought we saw things.
I literally was like staring at the door.
We turned the camera and 2 boxes popped up for our faces, and then a third one zoomed in right behind my shoulder. And literally right before that, Nicole goes, "Wouldn't it be crazy if a third box just appears and then boop, boop, whoop?"
I love my life so much.
Best life.
Oh my god. All right, let's jump into this. I can't.
So, story time. A couple of weeks ago, me and my friend decided to go to our buddy's ranch because I finally had a day off. So we enjoy ourselves, we go pick up some food, we're hanging out. This is the first time we've been to this ranch since he moved there about a month ago. We're outside having a good time, welding, just joking around, and I look into the bay window of the house for strange reason. I just felt drawn to it, and I look and I see the figure of a woman just standing there. She looked around 20 years of age, maybe early 20s, maybe a little bit younger, and she just walked away from the door, and immediately I just felt uneasy and kind of sad. I continued on because I didn't want to tell anybody anything because I always see these kinds of weird things. And so as we continue, my friend looks at me. And he looks at me kind of sad and freaked out. And we kind of look at each other thinking, "Did you see what I just see?" And so I asked him, "Did you see a young girl?" And he said, "Well, I definitely saw someone standing there." It turns out we both saw 2 different things at this point. I saw the figure of a young woman, and he saw the figure of a younger child. We started looking at the house constantly, kind of in fear, kind of curious at the same time, and our buddy, the owner of the house, we'll just call him Jack for sake of story, he kind of looks at us and questions like, "What's going on?" And so I explained to him, "Did anybody own this house before?" Like,
no big deal.
Yeah, not that I saw anything weird. And he goes, "Yeah, someone owned this house before, my relatives." And I was like, "What happened?" Like, "Oh, they sold the house because they got a divorce." I was like, "Did they get a divorce because someone died in the house?" And immediately he kind of looked at us like, "Bruh." And so I continued asking him the question, like, "Did someone die in this house?" And he did not want to say yes or no because he started feeling uneasy. And so after about the 12th time of asking him, he finally caved in saying, "Yes, someone died in this house." And I was like, "Was it a woman? Was it a young girl?" And he immediately kind of opened his eyes more but he's a very big skeptic. He doesn't believe in anything paranormal. He can straight up get possessed by a demon and just say, "Meh, just acid reflux." And so, so I continue asking him, and he kind of just caved in and he goes, "Yeah, my cousin died here." And I felt real bad, and I was like, "Oh." And he goes, "Yeah, she died." And I felt real uneasy and real sad. And then I realized what if it's her? Me and my buddy saw her for about a good another 2 hours randomly around the house. We would look into windows and we can see her there. We can look into the doors and we can see her standing there and walking away. It wasn't so much a clear face, but it was the outline of a person kind of blacked out. But you can make sure it was a woman figure.
So just like a dark shadow?
You could see the hair and you could see the skin tone, but the face was almost missing, sort of. Because it was such at a distance and with reflections of...
No, thank you. All right,
yeah,
continue.
it was kind of...
No, thank you.
So after we did some chores around the ranch, you know, we kept looking back at the house, in and out, in and out. We kept seeing weird things. I went inside to use the restroom, and in the restroom has an automatic light near the sink. Before I even get to the light, before I'm even in sensor reach, the light starts flickering on and off. And I kind of was just like, I don't even want to use the restroom anymore. Like,
no!
Son of a gun. And so I thought maybe it's just flickering. Like, maybe I'm losing my crap. So I go up to it, and I put my hand near it, and it goes off, and it just stays on. I walked away, and it stopped flickering. I thought maybe there's something in the way, but no. I think it was something messing with me for sure. So we start walking around the ranch house for the first time. We actually explore the house, and my friend that I went with goes, "Hey, Jack, who's this girl in this picture?" And I kind of just was dreading to look at it. And so I look into the picture, and it's immediately the same girl that I saw in the window and the door. And my heart just sank, and I kind of started, I wouldn't say I was crying, but tears were definitely coming out of my eyes from the moment of realizing it.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah. And so
No.
I tell Jack, I was like, "Jack, that's the girl I saw." And he just sits down on the couch and goes, "That's effing rough, man." I immediately felt like I knew about her without knowing her. So I asked him, was she around 20 years old? And did this happen about 5 or 6 years ago? He said she was 19 and she died about 4 years ago. It just felt uneasy. I felt so sad. She wasn't scary, but the fact is I was seeing his cousin.
No, that's uncomfortable.
And I felt so bad because I kind of bring it up without knowing. I don't think he was close with her because he's never mentioned her before. But the fact is I saw his dead family member.
Ooh, no, don't put it like that.
In her house where he now lives. We're sitting in the living room for a little while playing Monopoly. And right before her parents came home, I caught the corner of my eye. I see branches reflecting through light into the hallway of upstairs. And I look up and I see the branches, but I also see in a small corner part of a face looking at me through the corner like that and just swoop and just disappear. And then the parents came home. After that, I heard nothing, I felt nothing, I saw nothing, but I felt so nervous. Not because she did anything wrong to me, but the fact is she was watching me, and I guess she knew I could see her. And my other friend who started seeing her too, he's recently been seeing things a lot too. After I started seeing things at his house too.
Oh my God.
We felt really uneasy, and I apologize.
I'm so glad we're at Londo's right now. Like, we're not. Nope.
I apologized to my friend saying, "I'm sorry that you're probably going to be haunted by your cousin now." He goes, "Well, I'm going to have to put up with it while I live here." So, and as we left, I felt kind of a brush on my neck. Not necessarily a weird one, but kind of calming, but still uneasy because it happened. I didn't get to see anything as I left, but I definitely felt like someone was watching leave. And I'm pretty sure next time I go over, which is in like 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a new story for y'all. That's going to be something else. The best way I can describe...
I'm like dying inside right now. I'm so nervous for you.
The best way I can describe how she looked was she had very curly hair.
Okay.
And she had sort of bangs. The figure I saw had dark curly hair exactly like her, with the bangs, and that was the last
Oh, I got
photo.
chills. No. I got that image in my head.
The look she had
Oh
was
my
the exact
God.
photo of like her last year. So
Oh
it
my
was
God.
exactly how she looked.
I have chills everywhere. Oh my God. No.
But the
no.
face was not blacked out, but it was so blurred out.
Oh my God.
Like it was you could tell it's a person and a figure of a woman, and you could tell it's a young girl, but you couldn't make the fine details. You could see what is a nose and what is a mouth and what is eyes, but you couldn't.
Like definitive details, you couldn't see them.
Yeah, it was.
So like it was just like almost blurry.
Yeah.
I am so incredibly uncomfortable. Like chills. Make sure to go and like, subscribe, pretty please. If you made it this far, please leave a comment. Let us know if you've ever experienced anything similar. Make sure to go ahead and share this video. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, just let us know what you think. Do you believe in ghosts? Do you not believe in ghosts? We will see you in the next video.
Dope.
Bye.
Bye.